XDefiant may just well be the best thing to happen to Call of Duty fans, while also being a big reminder to Activision that they needed to smarten up years ago. If you don't know what XDefiant is a PvP shooter made by former Call of Duty developers set in an Ubisoft universe. Essentially, the way the game plays is that it plays like OG Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. If you're a fan of those games, if you recall playing those games, you will recall that those were the pinnacle of Call of Duty, and XDefiant seems to replicate that very, very well. The only difference being outside of the universe is the fact there is a hero shooter element, as there is different factions, each of which have their own abilities and ultimates. Aside from that though, this game is OG Call of Duty through and through. This is great for Call of Duty fans. One of the things a lot of fans do like about this game is the very, very loose skill-based matchmaking when it comes to casual modes. This is something that's important because a lot of people, they work, they have other things. They may want to just jump on and have a few games, but they don't want to sweat. So skill-based matchmaking is there, but it's very, very loose in the casual modes in comparison to what Call of Duty is today. And the reason why Activision needs to take notice is because this game is free to play. When it launches later this summer, as they're scheduling it to launch then, this game will be free to play. It costs you nothing at all to play this game. Whereas Call of Duty, well, you got to shell out your $70 for it, and you know that all your skins and cosmetics will just get wiped for the following Call of Duty the next year. If I had any complaints regarding my experience with the beta, would become in the form of two areas. The first area being the overall game balance. Since they have that hero shooter element with the factions, it is clear cut that certain factions are superior to others, and others are just plain weak, and it's obvious, and you can see that when you play the game. That being said, balancing is always an ongoing issue with any game, and while it may be an issue today, it may not be an issue tomorrow. The other issue I had with the game came in the form of its presentation. The game does look a little dated by today's standards, but the worst of it comes with the gun audio. Not in the sense of where the directional sounds of guns come from, but rather the sound effects themselves. An example of this would be the AK-47. The AK-47 does not sound anything at all what like an AK-47 would sound like. When you play games like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, you play the finals, you play any other shooter that uses an AK, the AK is supposed to have a strong punch to the audio. It's supposed to sound unique, it's supposed to be loud, it's supposed to have supposed to give you a punchy feeling whenever you fire the gun. It doesn't sound like that in XDefiant. None of the guns do. Even the sniper rifle doesn't give that punch feel when you fire it. It all feels like you're firing pea shooters. But aside from that, and I don't know if they're going to fix that or not, that was the only issue with the game. For a free-to-play game, I will certainly not complain about gun audio, the sound effects not being what I want them to be, because, well, quite frankly, the gameplay is king, and gameplay in this game is top tier, and that's what's mostly important. But not only is this game free to play, the developers have revealed their year one roadmap, which is very, very impressive. Considering that we're going to get 12 maps in 1 year, that's insane. And we're not talking recycled maps, we're talking 12 new maps. Where Call of Duty seems to cheap out and just recycle old maps and say, hey, look at this new map that we're giving you. You mean the map that's just a recycled map? Or here's this new map we're giving you that you're giving us in Season 2, but it was in the beta? That's not really a new map. We had that map. It was available at launch. Why wasn't it there? It's the big difference, and I hope Ubisoft learns from Activision, is to not be greedy. You deliver a quality product, you support the product, people will spend money on it. If you get greedy and you start doing what Activision does, well, you're going to start losing your audience. So you can't do that. But this is great for Call of Duty fans across the board, new and old, because maybe, just maybe, this will put pressure on Activision. Will XDefiant quote-unquote kill Call of Duty like some people have claimed? No. Call of Duty will always have the name brand recognition and the brand loyalty of some players. So no matter what you do, Call of Duty will always have a place. They're kind of like the Apple of first-person shooters. No matter what stupid decision they make, they'll always have their fans because of that brand name and loyalty. But can XDefiant affect their sales? Absolutely. Can XDefiant make a dent, make an impression, and put pressure on Activision to smarten up? Yeah. Yeah, they could. Because if this game has good player counts, if this game has higher player counts, yeah, they're going to take notice. And once they start losing those dollars, that's when they start saying, okay, maybe we should listen to our audience because, well, if we don't, they're going to spend their money elsewhere. So overall, XDefiant, the beta was a good experience. The game feels great. The game is going to be great when it comes out. And if you, for OG Call of Duty fans, welcome back to the golden era of Call of Duty. For new fans that have never been a part of that golden era of Call of Duty, well, you're about to have your mind blown and your eyes opened. XDefiant comes out later this summer, and I hope more and more people check this out because this game has tremendous potential. This is Veteran Gamer, and I hope to see you guys next time.